like any sensible whiskey tube person after dry week, the first thing I did today was wake up and have whiskey for breakfast. Greetings, my name is Brian. Welcome to KillCo Whiskey Musings. I see faces. I see names. I don't see faces. 5 fingers. Mike Franklin, good evening. Good to see you here early. Welcome. I did have whiskey for breakfast, but it's not because of a problem. It was because I wanted to record videos, and I did. 2 of them. It's very early. It's too early for whiskey. Hopefully we'll see those in the coming weeks. As soon as I edit them. And they'll be done. I also made myself coffee for this stream. Because it's going to be a long one. It's going to be 2 hours. It's Bourbon Night is not going live. So you're stuck with me. They have been very busy. And Sarah was at a wedding, I believe, was what I saw. And she basically had so much fun she can't talk. Her voice is shot. My throat is being a little weird, but I'm fine. Andrew Butler, hello. Hello. Kathy Hewitt, hello. Zenwood Sup. Pop KillCo, hi there. Slapshots Roadhouse, cheers. I don't know why I say it that way. Just do. Updates. I've done so many different things in so many different ways that I tend to forget what hasn't been said here. Like to our live streams. We'll update with the main one. Mama KillCo had surgery for lung cancer recently. I have a feeling I talked about that briefly. But the surgery went fine. Everything's cool. She is back at her house, or the house, today. She got back yesterday. I drove her back there from the hospital. All good. Everything went great. So if you've been thinking about that, or if you didn't know about it at all, now you know. Surprise for some of you. So that's good. That's one of those big, like, major things. Currently cleared up for now. Just resting and recovering. Now I can worry about my own silly stuff. Which is just the idea that I'll be going to Texas soon. A couple weeks. And look out your window. It's happening. I'm pointing. You can't see it. Look out your window. My window's right there. I can hear the crickets. It's starting to dim earlier and earlier. It's happening. And all the leaves will be gone. It'll be cold and snowing. We'll wonder what happened. Might not be snowing. Very little snow in this area recently. Music Maestro. Shut. I can do it. We lie. Good. I had to triple double check things. 4-leaf sentence. Hello, Shirley King. How dare she? She needs to come in here and bring whiskey with her. She's kind of worn out though. Or she seemed like she'd something. Oktoberfest started recently. You're too loud. Stop. What about there? So I know people have been indulging in. You know who you are. Scotch Down Under was having quite a time recently. I hope he is fine and recovered and hydrated and all that good stuff. Stop doing. Oh, you're doing this stuff again. All right. What caused that? I do wonder. This has happened before. Mr. Greatshot, cheers. Hello. We're having a technical problem where, for whatever reason, I click on someone's name to highlight it. It highlights all this other stuff I don't want to do. Like, you know, remove comment or report or ban. I don't know why it's doing that. It's done that before, but it's been a minute. Jimmy, yeah. Good evening. Zenboot, I'm going to have a thing. Your purple, my purple. There. It's one of the lower proof ones, so I thought I'd start that. After one specific whiskey. Richie Z, hello. Welcome. So many people. It's so nice to be missed. I don't know if you missed me, but I missed doing stuff. Friday felt particularly weird. Like, what? I feel like I should be doing something right now. I'm not doing anything. Scotch on the bayou. Sorry. Hello. 2 wheels from 4-leaf. Hello. Welcome. I need to visit you someday. and be completely out of my comfort zone at the same time. Travel, man, yay. Sparky 2416. I had to think about that because your numbers. Hello. You're welcome. I don't know if I've seen you in here before. Welcome to the madness. You are now entering the Twilight Zone. I don't have my shirt on, but welcome. Like and subscribe. Sorry, that happens. YouTube algorithm overlords just make that happen sometimes. It's weird. So, I've already had a couple whiskeys today. I wanted to say that first. To get that out of the way. But what I said I would start with, and what I talked about when I popped in on a couple channels, I stopped on Roy's channel. But this is making me so sad. I'm not going to finish this. I am going to milk the hell out of this. Look how sad it makes me. Look at that. And this is the Lachlan pick by, that's the wrong side, Aquavite Roy Barfly right there. Oh, I'm going to miss this one. But I'm going to be glad that I had it. Oh, I'm going to pour a little bit of this. And then I will swap over to Purple Kingdom, which is a Springbank, what we found out earlier. It does look like rain. If your bottle's ever like this, folks, if it's this low, looks like rain, finish it off, do it a favor. Again, I am going to take my time with this one. I will likely try to finish this before I go to Bastard's Ball. That sounds pretty good. Because my initial feeling with this bottle and my forever memory, I hope forever memory, is getting to sample a little bit of this in Texas with Roy, like right there talking to me about it. So that's a good memory to have. And I also got to meet Roy for the first time down there, so that was fun. Pet sitting, eh? Oh, jeez. Reading chat, blah, blah. Yes, so if you're wondering what the purple one is, because that's vague and nondescript, Jimmy Jazz was kind enough to do a tasting a while back. I still have all the samples. They're sitting right next to me. In a place of honor on a pedestal. No, really, I have a little pedestal over there that just holds things. And it's all these. And we found out that the purple one is the Springbank. 18 year, right? And I've been thinking about Springbank recently, not because I specifically want one. I mean, I kind of do. Not necessarily 18, just to try it. But I'll try a different age statement. Because I saw at least one or two at Irene Tan's event last weekend. And you probably didn't hear much about that, actually. I'm realizing that now, because I started last Sunday. Yeah. Anyway, there was an event at Irene Tan's. Check my Instagram, it's all there. There were many Blantons, there were many Buffalo Traces. It's all there. I took a whole panning video of all the whiskeys that were available for those lucky few who knew about the event. And there were definitely a couple Springbanks there. I think there was actually an 18-year-old, come to think of it. I don't want to look at my phone, but hello. Oh. How? Hello. How did that happen? Oh. How? Is that the subscribe button? That is the subscribe. That's what happens if people subscribe, by the way. That doesn't happen during a stream very often. But I think it just happened twice. I'm not sure. And I also said hi right before it happened, which is freaking me out a little. There's something behind me. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Chat is moving. I haven't done this in a whole week. Hi, Mom. I was feeling okay. You're going to wake up at like 3 a.m. That is what's going to happen. Yes. Good news. Speed recovery. All that good stuff. Pour whiskey, Brian. All right. Wait. Do it. Yes. Just a smudge. The tiniest of tastings. I want to have enough room for all the other whiskeys I'm going to have tonight. There'll be at least 4. I'm trying to pace myself because, again, being off whiskey for a whole week does lower your tolerance a little. My body feels pretty much the same, so that's good. It's good that I don't have any issues, and that's why I take a dry week. There was not any time. There was hold on. There were times where I thought about wanting whiskey because I am literally surrounded by it at my desk, and I'm here just doing work and putzing around on the internet playing games. So it's on my mind whether I like it or not. But there was no urge to pour a drink or anything, which is the good part. I was not in desperate need of alcohol. We are now. Oop. Well, you're casting. Ooh, that sounds fun. Gifted the rest of the tenured. I mean, good on you, man. Man, are you gonna be at Bastard's Ball this year? I know they're not doing like YouTube whiskey tube stuff really, but it was a good time. I'll be volunteering because that's why I'm gonna be there. Other than I would go anyway. But this will be the first year where I am officially indoctrinated. That's not the good word. Where I'll officially be volunteering and just there. Because you can do that. I mean, mainly because I'm a Som. So they already, they got the clear that I'm not completely off the rails. I mean, I kind of am, but not so bad that you don't interfere with anything. And I try to be helpful. I try to be helpful every time I'm there because I know everyone who works there is doing a hell of a lot. If I can help alleviate some of that stress, I will attempt to do so. And it also helps alleviate my stress when I'm down there. Can I do something? Please let me do something. Can I help? You want some water? All right. Cheers, everyone. Thank you for being here. Please let me know what's in your glass, if anything. I know a lot of you might have some Irish whiskey. And I feel like I should start off with that sometimes. It's 4 Leaves full. I'm happy to have an Irish whiskey at the start because it's the lowest proof. He's in the Bourbon Festival. Ah, damn it. American single malts. Send me some, please. I will. I will do what I can. The Bastard's Ball has always been kind of a weird time for me. Not because of anything bad, but just... I'm scrambling. The whole time. I'm zipping around the whole place trying to do stuff. And I don't get to do all the things I want. I will attempt to get... Well, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. Again, it's probably going to be a lot of putting around and doing stuff for helping out. But I'm alright with that. I'm fine. Moving tables and such. Very exciting. It smells just like I remember it. Man. 2 bottles of Colorado. I got that superimposed thought that says champagne yeast in it. Is that what it was? Probably. I wouldn't remember something like that just randomly. Ah, it smells so good. This is very fruit forward. Like the Loch Lomond I've had, the 12 year, is nothing like this. So this was a very confusing introduction into Loch Lomond. But I'm glad I did it this way. It definitely threw me off. This is like fruit. Stewed fruits? Yeah. It's so inviting. It's a little bit floral. There's like this wisp of vanilla. I'm salivating. I'm going to drink this now. Oh. The tongue tingles. Oh man, that's good. I forgot the proof. It's like 50 something, isn't it? 4.9. Why just be 55? That's fine. That's good. What a lovely start. Oh, I'm invigorated. That is a really good bottle. I mean, I'm looking forward to more of what Roy does, but I'm also dreading it because of the cost. The bottle itself costs something, and the shipping costs something. But this was worth every penny, pound, whatever. And, oh God, I only wish I could have gotten more than one. Oh, the sad part about having whiskey. You will finish a bottle. Well, if you open them, I mean. You will drink the bottle, and then at the end, you'll just be sad. And then you'll get another one. Of some sort. This has only made me more curious about other Loch Lomond yearage-ish. So I don't know what other kind of age statements there are. I think there's, I assume there's a 15 or a 12. I got the 12. 15 and 18, maybe. You let me know if you know. 27, 25, 30 year. I don't know. Scotch is not my strong suit, only because it's very expensive right now. And reminder, what really got me into whiskey was Scotch. Peated Scotch in particular, that gave me the big old, what? What is this? How can something smell this way and taste this good? Lovely. Mmm. Those are nice. Also, I have a Patreon. Gotta remember that. Patreon and a freaking, what the hell is it called? Spotify thing. Podcast. Why it's called that, I don't know, but it is. And that's mostly for patrons or whoever happens to come across it. So, good luck. It's out there. Good luck finding it. There's a million podcasts now. And I did that again because of Patreon just being like, no more lenses. So, it was a nice little sidestep rather than attempting to do something else. I do hope to, tentatively speaking, I may be doing more shorts in the future. My concern is I have a feeling, that shorts are also considered a major video, so you'd get like a notification if you have the notification bell on. I don't want to spam that. You know, you get a notification every day. It gets a little annoying. Richard, say thank you. I tend to forget I can do that. Thunder. Sorry. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's another thing. You are like, I have more room now. Yay. That is again part of the reason I do raffle giveaways. There's absolutely no way in hell or heaven above that I will ever drink all this whiskey, because I keep getting more and I can't finish them all. I drink maybe like that much of a bottle, maybe a fourth of every bottle I have, depending. Like, I'm pretty sure I drank most of this one, but I've also raffled off a good amount. And this is the Weeded Eleanor, which I hope I can get more of. I think I know I have some bottles down there that I'm going to pick up. And we have stuff like this. This is just standard Buffalo Trace. But I drank almost all of this because it's a default. Which feels weird to say because I know a lot of people can't get just Buffalo Trace, but I can. Then I have a few others over here that haven't been opened yet. Those are for next month. And I have a few others that are on the shelf now that you don't know about. I haven't made the actual edits or uploads yet. That's what I'm doing this week. Hi. I would want to start tonight, but I'm not going to do that. After this, I'm not sure how I'll feel, so take it easy. I tried to take it easy last week. I don't remember if I did. With that said, I probably didn't. I know mom's surgery was a big thing, so. And I've been exercising more. That's a big one. Going from exercising twice a week to 3 times a week may not seem like much until you do it. And then you're like, I'm always in pain. Why? I could stop. Why am I doing this to myself? Etc. Listen, you thing. Stay. Sorry, the highlight chat thing's still being weird. So you'll see a comment highlighted for an extended amount of time. I mean, that is the future plan to some extent, but I don't quite know how yet. I've mentioned, here's the thing. This is what's happened so far. There is a restaurant nearby that has since extended its restaurantness. It's a fairly nice place. It's not like super posh or anything. It's just a nice restaurant. And the new extension is almost a private dining area. It gives that vibe. It's got a little, very, very little bar area to the point where I don't know how I do anything there. But looked at it. I know some of the people who work there, or one of the person who works there really, and mentioned the idea, since I am currently the only whiskey sommelier in Rhode Island. It's a nice little draw for people. And again, I have too many bottles of whiskey. There are legal things, that has to mostly do with open bottles in my car. My brother knows more about that. I forgot what it was that I need to do. But it costs money, of course, and it's a license of some sort. Just I haven't really wanted to deal with that. What a shock. But it's up there. It's in the thing. You know, I have to do that eventually. Oop. Yes, that is absolutely the hope. Scotch is my, you know warm weather, and I know I don't like warm weather. Right now in Rhode Island, in New England, it's been beautiful, except for the whole hurricane thing just off the coast. Thankfully, was just off the coast, but that was not comfortable. That was one of those like, have a good weekend. Hopefully that thing won't change course suddenly. But it did it. It was fine. I'm more worried about later in this year because I tend to, what's the word? I think, who told me this word? Oh, Mom. Mom told me this word. Catastrophizing, whatever. We do a lot of that. That's also part of my mental health stuff. Thinking of all the different horrible things that could happen all the time. It's great. Does not help with the anxiety at all. One of those, which isn't a bad one. It's just it's one, and it's happened to an extent. Is when ages ago, before I did whiskey stuff, I went to Vegas with my mom. We were gonna come back to Rhode Island, but there was a major blizzard, snowstorm, just wiped everything out. So we spent some time in Florida. That wasn't necessarily bad, but what would be bad if I was supposed to go home by myself, totally functional human being, an adult, and just have to figure out, like, if a hurricane was in that vicinity causing problems, I don't know what the hell I do. I could go to Florida, but that would feel awful. I don't like being in Florida. I think I would park myself in maybe Maryland if it wasn't too bad. But I'd have to stop in some weird area. Again, I've thought too hard about this, and not hard enough at the same time. So forgot about the proof. I haven't drank whiskey in a week. I just love that. That's so good. Got this nice apple note, like a green apple, Granny Smith apple. It's one of my favorites, and I only found that out within the past couple months. I'm an adult. Oh, and also, for no reason at all, we have a tragedy. A horrible, horrible thing has happened to me. Look at this. Stupid thing, clear. Look, my Blanton's top broke. No! Ow. So this is now worth absolutely nothing. Wasn't really worth anything, but I feel like I have that horrible feeling when you have at least one Blanton's bottle or two Blanton's bottles. You start thinking, well, I could try to get the rest, couldn't I? I actually could have bought one while I was at Irene's, but I didn't. I feel like Blanton's are going to be the ones where hopefully the community will help me get them, but I am not in any hurry to do so. I just think it would be funny in my own mind if I got the lineup of the Blantons, like all these things, B-O-N-T-O, without ever buying one of them. That is my peculiar sense of humor. And unfortunately, this one doesn't count anymore. But maybe. I don't know what I did with the other piece of it. I think I just threw away. But this is the tea. Just a thought. Yeah, Mr. Great Shot. I've heard it's been mean as hell. Exactly. I gave it was I was about to say young man. He's my age, except he's, like this. He's built like a freaking brick house. It gives me hope. I can be as strong as you someday. No. He's also like 6 feet tall. Anyway, he likes whiskey too, and he's in the same fitness center that I go to. I still don't know what to call that, because it's just circuit training, but circuit training center or circuit training gym. Just calling it a gym is wrong. You can see where my brain just rolls over things. Anyway, where I go to exercise, also too long to say. He goes there. He is in a relationship with the trainer who owns the place, who is also someone I've known for a number of years now. Anyway, he likes whiskey, I like whiskey. And we talked about Blanton's. I guess he found one of his that he'd put somewhere and forgot. He put it there. I know that feeling. And I always talk about Blanton's in the way of they are single barrels. All of them are different. And I gave him the 2 samplers I have. I have 2 Blantons. One is a meh, and the other one's it's pretty good. It's a good bourbon. It's like if I got a Blanton's, I would expect it to be like this one or better. Better I would expect. But as the one that I have is the good one, it's good. It's fine. It's like a slightly upgraded Buffalo Trace. You know, that's kind of what it is. Nope, no kind of. That's what it is. So I gave him 2 samples of the good and the meh. So hopefully he'll get to try those out so I can educate him. No, so he can be better informed about the whole Blanton's thing. I think he already knew about it, but it helps. Yeah, Zenbood. I could get a Blanton's if I want right now. Well, not right now. I could get one recently in my vicinity for $100. It's a $60 bottle at most. You know that. I know that. The guy who owns the liquor store, as opposed to for $100, also knows that. Yeah, right? Jim Jazz, I'd have you get some for me. If you go to the UK again, I don't know when you do. Anyone in the UK want to send me one? Do that. But don't, because the shipping is insane. I need to go overseas someday. I feel like that should be some kind of monthly fundraiser thing, but I would never make the goal. Like the cost of travel is insane. The cost of staying places is crazy. Renting a vehicle. I couldn't even rent a vehicle. If I went overseas, I would not be able to drive a vehicle. I would not let myself do that. That's way too... My brain does not cooperate with that regard. It's like, we're going to just switch the roads on you the other way around. Have fun. Oh yeah, and the driving thing is going to be on the wrong side. Enjoy. No. Wrong side. Anyhow. So that would be another problem, but I think most places overseas are pretty good, better transportation than the United States, at least. I hope. That'd be an interesting experience at the very least. The problem, of course, as anyone who's been on my channel long enough knows, money, which is why I have a Patreon and why I do fundraisers and all that fun stuff. That is my source of income, if you want to say it like that. But it isn't. It's all, there's no income involved. It's charity. It's the kindness of your hearts. That's all it is. What can I call it so there's no taxes involved? Oh, yeah. Good. Yes, that is my understanding. I know I've already... Hello, don't do that. 4-Leaf, hello. Give me your whiskey. Give me the whiskey. Please and thank you. Ireland would be nice. Come to think of it. But I've thought about going to Japan because that's more of an obscure... It's still, I mean, there's been a Japanese whiskey boom, but it's still fairly low-key compared to the other ones. So I've thought about going there because I like the idea of being in Japan. I'm trying to learn Japanese. I say that very tentatively, like, where I can figure out if I can ask what the restroom is or figure out how to say, give me a whiskey, please. I can say good morning and good night and all that fun stuff, but someday I'm a little more confident about that. Isla, yes, that is on the wish list, bucket list, whatever. I would love to go visit Isla. Love to see Roy in his own element. That'd be fun. I don't think I really know anyone in Ireland, so but that's still on the list. I want to specifically go to the town of, is it Cork? Or county of Cork, whatever it is. Because I have one of those 23andMe deals where it tells you your genetic whatever. And I believe that's one of those. That and Dublin. What a surprise. If you didn't know, I am mostly Irish. What a shock. I know the accent doesn't really... What's this? Mostly, you not need to drive staying in the cities, but hit Scotland distilleries, you need to drive a catch a ride. Yeah, that's where everything kind of goes sideways. And the same thing, I felt the same way in, hello. In, Kentucky. Because I was hoping I could get, Ubers or something like that because I wanted to drink a little bit more and have a nice time. I didn't. I had a nice time. I didn't, inebriate myself in any way, shape, or form. I try not to do that anyway. But I wanted to be cautious. It was fine. But the distillery is all so far apart. You think they're close together. They are not. Maker's Mark in particular is in the middle of nowhere. Wonderful place to go for someone like me who likes to be a little secluded from everyone and everything. But even that, for me, I'm like, where the hell am I? I've lost my signal. What's happening? Been unplugged from everything. That was funny. But yeah, there's a lot of places, even in the United States, you gotta drive everywhere. I imagine it's the same in some areas, even Scotland and Ireland, to get to where you want to go. It's a little complicated. I'm just terrified of driving on the wrong side and the wrong way, and my brain won't like that. I need to take some driving ed classes or something when I get there. Please show me how to do this. It's terrifying. I don't know how fast to go. The signs are all different. I can at least tell what the temperature is. As some of you may know, I turned my phone to Celsius. So it is currently 19 degrees Celsius out, which is perfect. Anywhere between 15 and 25-ish. My happy place. But I can go as low as 10. No problem. What's I talking about? More whiskey. That's what I was talking about. All right, we're going into the Springbank now. This is going to be a little weird. Ooh, 30 minutes on the dot. Yeah. It's almost like I do this for a living of some sort. It's a weird thing to say, but here we go. This is the rest of the sample I had. As you can tell, I only had a little bit. And this was quite a while ago. Feels like it just happened a month or two ago. It's probably been half a year. Whoa. Did everything just jump, or was that just me? Mac from Compi Planet. Alright. I will forget that. So tell me again next time I mention it. I do know, who do I know? Shit, forget his name. There's another whiskey somm who lives in, it's not Japan, I think it's Taiwan? Could be wrong, I might be thinking of the Taiwanese whiskey. Anyway, so I do actually know, well, if I could talk to Mac from Compi Planet, then I know someone else. I want to be a whiskey tuber who has connections, man. That's kind of happening. There's what? Australia, Ireland, not so much. Like, Four Leaf is as close to Irish stuff, whiskey-wise, that I can think of on the top of my head. Or in the States. I don't even know if there's got to be someone who's also... Is it Barry? Do I want to say Barry? Four Leaf, you know this. I think I know this, but I need verification because I have to know that. That'd be nice. I wouldn't want to make him a tour guide. I just want to hang out and have some whiskey. He would know where to go and when and how to get there, so that would be nice if I could at least give me that information. Yes, exactly. If I had any friends in Ireland, I would do that, but I just know there's a guy named Barry who got very good at doing Irish whiskey stuff. He has that Facebook group that you and I are in, except I don't Facebook if I can avoid it, and I try to all the time. I'm just too easily distracted by it. Scroll and scroll and scroll. Don't want to do that. Same with TikTok, because that's a horrible invention, but it's also mildly entertaining. All right, we're pouring in Springbank 18. Get all this water out of here. It's already low enough proof. All right, good enough. The face I make when I pour whiskey is just disturbing. There we are. Wow. What was that? That was like freaking... I'm looking at it in my brain. What's it called? Rubber cement. There we go. Whew. I hope that didn't pick up. That was definitely a jingle. Oh, that's better. Okay. My initial smell was... Oh, no, it's still in there. It's like a glue smell. But there's still a little peatiness. A little sprinkling of it. Since we're talking about Scotland. And Japan and everything else. Ah. Springbank is nice, but it's a little... Is the word heavy? It feels dense. Like fog. But it is nice. There's a nice little... Yeah, it's a pretty strong vanilla. Vanilla cream? Oh, man. So it would explain what was my favorite. If there's any, like, heavy... little bit of heavy-handedness with vanilla, I'm in. I'm definitely not vanilla, but I do like vanilla as a flavor. Like, vanilla ice cream is fine by me, although I am the type who would get chocolate and vanilla at the same time, because I like both of those things. But if you ask me what I really want, it's cookies and cream. Because that's amazing. Almost the same thing, though, if you think about it. Almost the same thing. Chat scrolly thing, you better not be messing with me tonight. You were already doing it earlier. All right. Cheers, everyone. Thank you again for being here. We got 30 minutes left until the stream continues to go on. Because this Bourbon night is not going live. I'm just going to sit here, and take over while they are absent. And I'll also switch to bourbons then, just for them. I'm not quite sure what. I think I'll have Buffalo Trace. It's right there. Yeah, I'll have both of these. These are again, looks like rain bottles. Because they are low enough for me to think, hey, I should have these at hand so I can get rid of them. Slowly but surely. Once again, I'm starting to salivate. Oh, yeah. The public transport in America is a catastrophe, and we should be embarrassed by it. That goes for buses, and it goes for trains. You know, we're the country who made like train travel a big deal. You know, get to the East Coast, to the West Coast, the gold rush, all that. And then we just stopped. We're like, that's good. Automobiles are a thing now. Just make billions of those. Instead of making it so everyone can get everywhere easily. No, you gotta own a car. Like my area, there's buses, but they suck. And then there's, trains, but they also suck. I've wanted to travel by train just for the unique experience of that being on a train. Private booth place, of course, because I would not be okay otherwise. I've done it before. It's not pleasant. But that would be nice. Except it costs as much as an airplane ticket, and it's slower. So why would I do that? I'm not a fan of airports either, but I do like the idea, kind of like what do I call it? The fantasy? No. The travel experience. Like, I'm not a huge fan of it for flying, but just stuttered. Lag. But I have traveled by train before, and I didn't have a bad experience with it. This is when I was a younger kid. I used to go to Florida. And that was fine. It was kind of enjoyable. It was a little weird because, you're doing this the whole time, everywhere. It'd be nice. The other things, of course, are the insane, never going to happen thoughts of, I don't know if they have, like, luxury trains. I feel like they don't. But traveling by air in luxury style would be really nice to do once. And I would very likely try to do that for going overseas. Just because I'd be on a plane for so freaking long. The few hours it takes to get to Texas is enough for me to be like, ah! It burns me out immediately. I believe it's going to be like 4 hours for the whole thing, at most. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. It's just a lightly peated Scotch. I remember the proof is what made me sad on this. It's 43, right? Jimmy Dad's help me. I believe it's 43%. So it's low proof. Oh. It had a nice little candied sweetness on the end. Just like that suddenly. Train versus plane. They alternate as to who gets from London to Edinburgh. Quicker, usually 20 minutes of each other. Yeah. That's over there. Over here, it sucks. Here, I'll give you an example. This is a poor example, mind you. But let's see if I can do this. Hello. I see your text. You know who you are. Respond later. Come on. I'm hungry. 46%. All right, that's a little better. I am hungry. I thought I had a... So I'm starting to live on peanut butter and jelly again. I know. It's just a money thing. And I had an apple. Still hungry. Whiskey Uncensored. Epic stash. Stashy of Sniss. Detected. Thank you. That's a new one. What was I doing? Oh, yeah. I'm about to let you know how horrible the system for buses is in my area. So we're going to say I'm going to go to... We're talking about trains and buses, Whiskey Uncensored, and how horrible they are in the United States. You might know that better than I. I do not travel by bus or anything else. Just drive where I want to go while I can. Okay, it takes about 26 minutes for me to get to the city by car from where I am. Now, if I switch that to a bus ride, the quickest one is 1 hour and 19 minutes. So that is 3 times as long, 4 times as long? Much longer to do by bus. It's ridiculous. And that's not even tonight. That's Monday. Because it won't let me do that tonight. It's like, no, you can go tomorrow at 6:13 in the morning. Have fun. Because buses and trains and stuff just don't operate around here ever. So that's a pretty good example. A 20-minute drive turning into a 1 hour hell. Ooh. That looks fancy. Don't show me that. Believe it or not, as much as I bash blands, I still want to get the fancy stuff. I hear there's a green label one and a gold or something, or brown, something like that. Just because I know I will open it and drink it for one thing, and share it. But the sheer idea of getting one due to finding one to begin with and the price tag is just... But I'm trying to fight the system. I know they're not the best, but if I get one, I'll let you all try and make up your minds about it. Speaking of the patron thing, as I mentioned earlier, the quarterly Patreon giveaway happened. Somebody who will remain nameless won. One of my patrons won some whiskey just for being a patron. And that happens every quarter. That means it'll probably happen in... I don't know how the quarterly stuff works. I know it's a Whiskey Tribe based thing. Problem is I don't know when they're going to do it. So I can't really plan around it. So it'll happen again within the next 3 months. I believe that's what happens. Quarterly. Right? Yes. That sounds right. Oh my god, why do you have to be green? I can see my nearest bus stop from my front window, and my nearest railway station is about a 10-minute walk. We also have trams. What? They only have that stuff in the city. To get to New York, to see Whiskey Uncensored, I would have to drive at least an hour, probably. And there is a train or a rail of some sort I can take to get into the vicinity. I've been to New York. Not a fan. There are a lot of people. They're all too close. They're all moving much faster than I care to move. That sort of thing. I don't know where I'm going. Traffic is insane. You know, there's a lot of stressors in the area. I don't want to deal with. The closest bus station for me would probably be... It's close, but for one thing, it's in the next state. Like, I would walk into Massachusetts because that's how close I am to it. And there's a grocery store. There are usually bus stops at grocery stores, thanks. But that's it. It's the closest one I could do. So I would have to walk into a different state to attempt to get to the state, to the capital, the city that I could get to in Rhode Island. That'd be weird. All right, more whiskey. This is actually a lot more than I thought it was. So, I want to finish this soon, since the idea here in my head is, since this bourbon night is going live, I will, and then I'll shift gears to have some bourbon. Oh, and of course, how did I forget? Channelversary month, 4 years, and what else? National Bourbon Heritage Month. Oh, how dare I drink Scotch? I will have some whiskey bourbons because of that too. Oh, it smells really good. It's very inviting. It's making me think of a candy shop. But that's kind of sweet, but it feels like you're walking near a candy shop that's, or a chocolate factory, something like that. I want to say candy. It's more like a sweet, hard candy smell. But you're also somehow, you know, a diesel truck just went by and just that smoke came out of it. So you get a little touch of that to it. Blech. That doesn't sound as good as this is, but I hope that helps you figure that one out. Thank you, Richard. Yes. Do this for 4 years. I'll get to 1,000 eventually, I promise. Another reason I should be doing more shorts. They are seen, and they're very short, so. Much like TikTok, which we don't talk about here. I am on there, I just don't promote it. Usually if I do, it's accidentally via Instagram, but I don't even know if that's an option anymore. I think it is. I don't really do whiskey stuff on there. It's more distracting overlays and filters and such. I can show you. I'm not gonna. I think the last one I did made me into a D&D character. I look like a rogue, because of course I do. If I ever played anything that involves playing a character, I'd play a rogue. Because I'm sneaky. But also, I generally don't want to be in crowds and hide. There are too many people around, I just vanish. And if I knew how to pick pockets, I would. And I just give it back. I'm like, oh, you dropped this. What's it doing? It smells wonderful. Jimmy Daz, do you have a price tag on this? I hate to ask, but I'm curious. Because we always, unfortunately, the whiskey world has that price equals quality thing, or it should, doesn't. In some aspects of our life, I think it does. I don't really know which ones. The idea is, once upon a time, at least, the idea was if you pay a little more for something, you get a quality item. But nowadays, everyone's buying cheap because they can get it, and it's usually crap. I'm the same. I don't have money for fancy things. And fancy doesn't mean good. So I'm curious about the Springbank 18 year, which I know is not cheap. It is tasty, but the price tag would make me feel differently about it immediately. Like, I have an idea of what it would be, and I'm probably lowballing it. It is good. And if you like Scotch, it's really enjoyable. But it's also kind of simple. There's nothing really blowing my mind. It is making me do this thing where I'm just smelling it over and over again, because it's really nice. Like, the nose I find more enticing than the actual palate, but the palate has a nice, hold on, let me check. For the percentage it is, it's got a nice silky texture. I was definitely lowballing Jimmy Jazz. Good on you, sir. I salute you. Oof. So yeah, I wouldn't do that if that wasn't blatantly obvious. One, I can't. Unless I use a credit card, and I already have enough problems there, so we'll not do that. But yeah, for that price, no. Absolutely not. I mean, I don't know how you feel about it, Jimmy Jazz, but I feel like that's way, way too much for a bottle. of any sort. But I'm also the guy who, once upon a time, if you've been here long enough, let's talk about my channel a little bit, because it's channel anniversary. I used to think that I wouldn't want to go over $25 for a bottle, because I had Wild Turkey 101, 25 bucks. Bam. Quality whiskey, decent price. And I know I can find it cheaper in some different states, which is wild. And then I got to the point where it's like, oh, maybe $50. I could stop there. $50. Quality whiskey. You know, at that price. That would be Redbreast 12, which is also more than $50 now. It's close to 60 in some places. And then I really don't know what happened. Like 75, 100 bucks. I certainly haven't started making more money, but it got to that point where $75 to $100 for a decent bottle, or I don't even want to say sought after, current. That's usually what whiskey people seem to be going for, is what is now. One of the bottles that I have in mind, and it's been sitting in there since I heard about it because it's a Maker's Mark product, is their cellar aged one. It's just an aged Maker's. That's it. I think they put an age statement on it. I don't even know what it is. Super expensive, I'm sure, but I haven't seen it. I looked almost. Went to one store, it wasn't there. That's me looking for whiskey. I'm not very good at it. Yeah, but that's the only one right now that I'm going like, oh, I wish I could find it, and even if I could, it would cost too much, so bleh. At least I could find it. You know, that. But I'm a bit of a Maker's Mark fanboy. I didn't mean to be, but it just happened. Part of that, of course, is because Buffalo Trace is bonkers. Maker's Mark is also wheated whiskey at a lot cheaper and a lot more variety. Yes, that is the main thing I try to, you know, make sure people understand what my channel is. Price does not equal quality. I wish it did. It doesn't. In this case, this is a very good whiskey. I enjoy this whiskey. I'm very happy to have tried this whiskey. Oh my God. But the price makes me sad. Like, if I got 2 bottles of this for that price, maybe. Andrew Butler, how dare you? That's, well, actually, I don't know what that translates to. That couldn't be the same price in dollars. Maybe the $136. Oh, $136. Thank you for the translation. I appreciate that. But yeah, it's still a lot for a bottle. It's still fucking a lot. Yeah, Jimmy Jazz knows. You know what it's about. Anything after 2020 got weird. One thing I've been thinking about doing, and I mean thinking about as in, oh, that's a nice idea, I'm going to go do something else now, is the fact that I took pictures. Like, I've done, not whiskey hunting per se, but I've done Instagram stuff long enough, and I do photography as a, I can't even say hobby nowadays, but I've always taken pictures of stuff since I was a kid, like a little kid, like 8, 10, something like that. And one thing I would do, because it was an interest to me at the time, because I was just getting used to having a channel, was taking pictures of bottles, like bottles and their prices at local stores. So I have pictures of prices that go back to 2019 for Scotch and bourbons, and I've been thinking about the comparison that could be done. I know other people could do this too. If you have any older pictures, if you were hunting for bottles, do a comparison video, or just do a comparison short, something. Or you can say it was this much at this time, and now look at it, you know, inflation high. Silly ass BS with, what was it, transportation of whiskeys from Ireland and Scotland. What's that word? Hold on, processing. It's not freight. Andrew Butler might know this one. There's some silly, stupid shite with transporting whiskeys over the sea. Or over the ocean, over the water, over the air, whatever. I can't remember the word. I'll think about it some more, Mr. Great Shot. It would be a lot of hunting and searching and researching and trying to find pictures. I don't know where the hell I put them. Probably on my backup hard drive here. We'll see. It's a thought. Again, it just keeps coming up once in a while, especially now, because initially it was just for, you know, I could compare to different stores. You know, if I found a bottle of, well, since we're talking about it, Blanton's at one place, I'm going to take a picture of it. I never did this, mind you. And then I went to another store and somehow found a Blanton's there, take a picture of it, and then I could compare, see which is the lower price. I've done that with, there's a grocery store, weirdly enough, that has a decent whiskey selection. And it was the Booker's, actually. There was a Booker's I saw there recently, within the past few months. Took a picture of it, and then later went to a closer liquor store that I'm familiar with. Which you can give me a bottle from there, by the way. Just get in touch. You can buy it online, I can pick it up. That sort of thing. If there's anything you want me to review, that door has now been opened again. If there's a bottle you want me to review, you can donate it, and I will do so. But yeah, I took a picture. Well, I didn't take a picture. I went to the other store nearby, found the same Booker's. It was a lower price. I think it was $94 instead of $99 or something silly like that. And thankfully, a viewer, I don't think they're here, but they gave me the funds to buy it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have. I saw the Booker's. I was like, oh, that'd be nice. I don't have a Booker's, and suddenly I could afford to get it, so I did. The video coming up soon. Possibly the end of the month, if I can get it done. Among other things. Again, if you weren't here at the beginning of the stream, I said I had whiskey for breakfast, which I did. I don't want to do that again. Supposedly your palate's supposed to be clean and better and such. I just can't. I can't function in the morning, man. Not before I've had my coffee. No. Don't expect me to be all the exciting person making videos and talking to you with my hands. It's not gonna happen. Doesn't happen now either. That was exhausting what I just did. Oh man, it smells good. You know what it is, Andrew Butler? Not Andrew Butler. Jimmy Jazz, sorry. I saw your name and I meant to say a different one because Jimmy Jazz, if this was a higher proof, this would be fantabulous. But it isn't. And even then, I don't know if the price would match up. But I'm glad you got it for the sharing purposes. That is key. If I could do so, I would. But since I am lucky enough to have all of you helping me out and, you know, keeping the channel afloat, which is just me, it is good that I can get all these bottles and share them with other people too. And a lot of it is very niche, though. I've come to understand that. Like this one in particular, which is, you know, Weird Eleanor. Some people have no clue what that is, which is good. I mean, more for me. But a lot of people do know about it and how it's kind of like a slowly growing trend. It's like, you know, Still Austin. God damn, you're still there. Sorry. Still Austin is advertising a fair amount these days. And before, I didn't even know what they were. So, little things like that. When a smaller company starts to slowly grow and grow in the whiskey industry, which I haven't seen officially until I started getting into whiskey, and Texas whiskey in particular is a growing thing, as is American malts. So, hold on to your horses. The whiskey industry is getting stronger. Yep, Scotch in the bayou. Springbank 18 is anywhere between $230 and $300. Then there are the online sources with the bargain price of $5.99. Yeah. Whoa. Tariffs. Thank you. Thank you, Zenbu. That was the word. Good God. Tariffs were a thing and still are, unfortunately. Livewire Whiskey. Cheers. Hello. Welcome to the chaos. Ah, it's good. Oof. A little punchy. Mmm. Ha-cha-cha-cha. That's nice. The fun thing for me is like finding out the price of this didn't really change how I enjoyed it, thankfully. I'm not going to be like, oh, this is so much better. Then I know it was a lot of money. It's still just as good. It's certainly enjoyable, and I still really like the nose, which is peculiar because my initial feelings with this nose was rubber cement. But now it's calmed down, it's opened up, it's aired out. It's just fruit. Flowers, fruit. With a touch of smoke. I didn't want to say peat. I don't want to say ash. Although I did say diesel. Diesel exhaust smell. That's gone, thankfully. That's what I was worried about. It seems, well, again, I can't generalize anything because I still don't understand. There are absolutely some scotches that give me a malt funk like crazy, and I can't deal with them. I don't know what the heck it is or what the heck does it. I would like to figure that out someday, so then I know specifically what to steer away from. Still try, but there are absolutely some Scotch whiskeys I've had where I just go, no, absolutely not. It's a rarity, but thankfully Springbank isn't one of them. But also, as we've been discussing, Springbank is a little costly. Again, the fact that I saw any of them at the recent Irene Tan event, I believe there were 2. I mean, I don't like doing this. I don't like looking at my phone when I'm on a stream, but if I want to look up information I'm discussing, where did I put that information? Oh yeah, I put it on my phone. What is the price? Let's see. So the easiest thing for you to do, if you're not, following me on Instagram, please do. Post a lot of stuff there. You know what I noticed? Hold on. Why? Oh. Sorry. This is a delay like hell. But Major Zero and Sparky2416, thank you for subscribing to the channel. You're probably gone. But for whatever reason, it didn't show up in the feed. I saw the Stitch thing show up and said hi. So again, thank you for subscribing. 2 people all of a sudden at once. I like that. But it didn't show me. But it did show up when you did join. So again, if you're new here, you haven't subscribed, do it. You'll see a thing happen. I promise, it's cool. We're so cool here. Dusty Crabbies. Brake dust and potting sheds. I know what that smells like. Springbank is good, but not quite worth the price. That seems to be the relative theme. I hear a lot of people enjoy Springbank, but also the prices are outrageous. Okay, here we go. Whoa. Well, we were right about that. So there were 2 Springbanks at the event, minimum. I don't know if there was another one I missed, but it looks like the Springbank 18 year, which is what I'm sampling right now, $275.99 in the state of Connecticut. Yeah. That is the other thing I hope to bring to the world and the internet. Better choices. Like, don't be fooled about... Hello. Don't be fooled that cost equals quality with whiskey. It doesn't. So don't do that. Don't buy a $100-something Blanton's when you can get a $25 Wild Turkey 101. Or I'd probably, if someone who's interested in Buffalo Trace products, I'd point them towards Maker's Mark instead of Wild Turkey, because Wild Turkey's a little spicy. Still love it, but trying to think about the same wavelength, which is not easy. The Springbank 12 she had was $139.99, and they have taxes in Connecticut. And that also nixes the fact that this is a charity event. So whatever I'm saying here, like the Springbank would have been $300. Because there was a $25 donation on top of the actual price. And the price is MSRP, supposedly. That's still insane. But yeah. Put it plainly, without saying it. There was other stuff there, like Kings County, 7-year. There's a Hill Rock, Widow Jane, Kilcairns, there were 2 of them. There was the regular Kilcairn 12-year, which I actually have over here, thanks to someone. That's $90. I'm going to round up because that penny thing annoys me. And then there's a heavily peated one, which is $100. Oof. This one made me so freaking sad. My heart breaks every time I see this kind of thing. Henry 10-year. Bottle and bond. $70. I really like that bourbon. And it was $35 when I found it initially. And then it won some stupid award. A single barrel bottle won an award. And the price went crazy. So if you see a Henry McKenna 10 bottle and bond for $35, do buy it and get me one, please. For $35, nothing else. I've seen it for $100. It's insanity. I don't understand it. It looks like Irene had some Bookers. I can't see which ones they are. There were two of them. 2023-02 and the 2022-04. So she had an older one too. And a little book. Little book? Little Brook? Little John? Little Brook. Little book. 150. Yeah. Some Heaven's Door, some Blands, like, I mean, maybe it'll show up. Do it, do it, do it. There we go. The brown box and the yellow box that caught my attention. You know. The heck. I don't, where's the price? The yellow one was $134. And then the regular Blanton's were $65. 65 for Blanton's is okay. I don't hate that. I wouldn't do it because it was $65. You know, those are the prices they should be, goddamn. The hell. Oh, hold on, I'm trying to find. I just completely exited the whole thing. Yeah. I'm really good at using cell phone. Me know how to use cell phone so good. So good. I promise I'm almost done. Just trying to scoot to the left. There is a Heaven Hill 20 year. $320. I've never seen that before, so that was a surprise to me. There was a Springbank 15, so there was a third one. I swore there was. And that was $180. There's the Widow Jane for $100. And that's it for that one. Is there anything else? E.H. Taylor. It's harder than it looks. But yeah. Got one of those. There was also the barrel proof version, which immediately was gone for $85. We're talking prices here. Stag, $58. And it looks like there was a Stag, the other Stag. What's the other Stag? There's a Stag squat bottle and there's a Stag tall bottle. What's the tall bottle? Help! I don't remember. That was there too, in the background. Woodford Reserve. What is this? Masters Collection. $180 for a 125 proof. I think that one was still there because the price was $180, I imagine. But Knob Creek 18 for $180. Weller. The Weller is 107 also disappeared very quickly at $56. Just Weller Special Reserve also disappeared, but those are $30, as they should be. Yeah. There's an Old Fitz that also disappeared immediately for $270. The Heaven's Door was $296, or sorry, not $296, $96. That was a 10-year. I don't know what kind of special thing that is. And a Michter's for $235. What kind of Michter's are those? $235 each, both of them. I don't know what those are. Anyhow, there you go. Officially updated on what was going on with the Irene Tan event. So again, if you're in the vicinity next year, you might want to show up. Because if enough of us show up and enough of us buy bottles, you can give them all to me. No, don't do that. But I would like people who are interested in getting those type of bottles to be able to get the chance to do so at a lower cost with a slight increase because of the donation. Because it's basically taking the price of the whiskey that it should be, you know, Blanton, $65. But you will see it listed places for $80, $100. So what you do is you pay $65 and then you donate an extra $25, which is around the same-ish price almost. Except that 25 goes to charity instead of going to greedy people. Oops, I did it again. That was fun. Look at that. Are we in the 8 o'clock time? Damn, we are. Welcome to It's Bourbon Night. I'm kidding. Again, if you didn't know, It's Bourbon Night is not going live. Hi. And it's because Sarah lost her voice because she went to a wedding. Doesn't surprise anyone. Yes, and that is considered cheap for the 18-year. Insanity. Blah. Still a lot of read. Chris Jenkson's hello. Welcome to this chaos. My leg. Yeah. Insanity, Sugar Kitty. That's one of the only whiskey situations I've ever been in so far where there's a whiskey I love. I think I'm going to keep getting it forever. And then the price goes insane. One of the very few bottles out there I'm so pissed about. If I could get a Henry McKenna 10-year for bottle and bond for 35 to 40 bucks, I would. I wish I could again. I bought that bottle numerous times way back when. I should have bought a whole bunch more, but I didn't. I'm not really great about thinking ahead of stuff, so the fact that I have the backup of some bottles already for other stuff is insanity for me. A new feeling. I don't like the idea, personally. I don't like having one bottle that's open and the one bottle that's just sitting there for when I finish the other bottle. But I know why. Like with the Henry McKenna situation, I know why. The recent example I have, which I don't know where it is. Not over there. It's over there, isn't it? Shoot. There was a recent, was it Heaven Hill product, I believe? Something went from being, it was like a barrel. What the hell was it? It was a Heaven Hill whiskey. I can't remember which one, because of course I can't. That used to be distributed, and I think it was some kind of, it wasn't single barrel, something like that. Maybe it was. Anyway, what used to be distributed, but now it's something you can only get at a distillery or only in Kentucky, or something weird like that. Please help. It's Bourbon Night talked about it, and I got an extra bottle or two. I think I just got one extra because I wouldn't be able to afford getting another one. Maybe I did buy two. Well, I forget what it was. But I have it. It's down there, and I won't look for it. Beam Experiments. I like that. I mean, if it's really, really weird, I wouldn't like it, but... $2 years apart. Oof. $79. What the heck? Andrew Butler, we need to arrange this situation here. People on this side of the water need to get your prices. Right? Yeah, again, it's all just shipping. Tariffs. Sorry, thank you again, Zenbu, for that. It's tariff BS. It's not because it actually is super expensive. It's because it has to get over the water somehow. And there's some nonsense with that, which I don't even try to understand. There we go. Thank you, Sugar Kitty. It was a single barrel thing. Evan Williams single barrel is the latest catastrophe of whiskey stuff. Because it used to be on the shelf. I bought a couple. I think I have at least one or two. I feel like I have two, but I probably only have one. Ugh. I should have bought so many more. There was a line of them. There was like 10. Well, 7, 8, 7, 6, 7. And I only bought one. Once I heard about this situation where the Henry McKenna single barrels were just going to not be on the shelf anymore. Blech. The only other situation that happened... I have a few, now I'm thinking about it. There are certain whiskey situations I've had I was not happy about. The Evan Williams single barrel is the latest one. The one before that was the Wild Turkey Rare Breed? No, the other one. Wild Turkey Kentucky Spirit. That had the turkey tail bottle. Slipped through my fingers. Like, within a week. I saw it on a shelf somewhere in the city. I always was buying a bunch of stuff, so I spent a lot of money. I didn't buy it when I should have. I came back the next week. It was gone. Sad. No likey. Me angry. Rawr. There we go. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's one of the very few situations where I would just lose my shit for a moment. And then they'd be very curious about that. So, why are you buying 6 of these? Don't ask. Don't worry about it. Give it. Give me a discount, too. 10% off for buying 6, damn you. I need to switch to bourbons. I do. That's not a flex. That is a promise. From last year, that bottle was donated by Cliff Smith, who was also at the event the last week and also last year, and he purchased that for me because he had heard me talk about the fact that I would like to have a bottle like that just because it's so ridiculous. And he said, I hope to see that, you know, on your shelf during videos. I'm like, yes, sir. And there it is. I didn't know where to put it for the longest time, and I'm still a little nervous having it there, but I did it. It used to be behind me. Yeah. Yeah, sure. That's the other thing. Once there are situations, at least in America specifically, where they find out they can charge you more for something, they're not going to go back down. Why would they? That's nuts. I did post that the pictures of those bottles, the Whiskey Tribe, on Facebook, and it kind of went nuts. Because of course it did, all those bottle prices, but a lot of people didn't understand the situation where it was charity event. You could not buy more than one of those. You could pick one, and then there would be another. Once everyone had a chance to pick something, you could go around and everyone could just pick what you wanted after that. So like the scraps, whatever was left, if you wanted to spend the money and you had it, do it. God, thank you. Thank you. I will check on that after the stream. Or well, soon. I'll keep an eye on it. I keep an eye on my emails anyway. I can hear these crickets. They're so loud, but I know they don't show up on the stream. Because I try not to let background noises get into the stream. I'm talking to the microphone. Ugh. Even after all this time, I feel like I have to put something behind the webcam. So I will absolutely look at it like this. How you doing? I don't like looking at the webcam. It feels weird. Still. I'm looking at you. And you. And all of you who are watching. But especially you. It's so nice. I can understand what people like Springbank. Leave it at that. But the price is unfortunately outrageous. I know a lot of us... Well, I gotta think. Hold on. How do I phrase this? Think. I feel like someone's done this. I don't know who. But... a good idea, I think this is like a blind flight idea, is having someone try something blind and then giving them, it's like, how much would you pay for this? You're like, what do you think this is worth? Because people are going to lowball the hell out of that. And, you know, come to find out, like this situation particularly, where I knew what it was, I didn't know the cost. And as soon as I knew the cost, I went, oh, it's still good, but why would you pay? Why does it cost that much? It could cost half of that or less, and it would be great. But instead, it's an insane amount of money. You know, if I could, it's my thought process is if that takes a decent chunk out of my credit card debt, no. And considering it's a few $1,000s at this point, I say a few, it's probably, actually I can check. Update, I used to have this listed on the streams, but I know that felt weird for some people. They're like, oh, this guy just wants money. It's like, yes, don't we all? I just want to not have any debt. That's so much debt. $13,750 in debt, which I know is nothing for some people, but it's still a lot for me. Whoop. Gotta look here. Uh-oh. Sugar Kitty's getting all the stuff. That's my point. Ah, yes, that would be... I think that's been done numerous times, but I just don't know... Wow. Sorry, I was talking about money. I didn't mean to have that happen. Thank you. What just happened? Patrick Greeny, thank you. Tip for bonus time. Thank you. I do appreciate that. Usually Sunday nights are not 2-hour long streams. It didn't give me a number. I'm nervous. Thank you, Patrick Greeny. Things are done. I just have to do editing. You know what for. I probably mispronounced your name in the video, but you know what I mean. Thank you. I have to. What I really have to do is stop buying Starbucks. That'll be a great start for me. Because I have an app on my phone because I'm trying to get my shit together. See, we're past the second hour. I can start to swear. Isn't that what Hot Butter Rolls did? 1 hour in at a certain time or something like that. No. I mean, part of me is curious, but other part of me is like, I'd rather just not know. That sounds very expensive. A.H. Hirsch Reserve, 1974. I was not even born. 16-year-old. No, I don't. I mean, like, my brain is just racking up $1,000 something there. More than that, like thousands of dollars probably, but don't tell me. I don't know. I will just assume it was a reasonable price and you enjoy it all the time. Mint. If anyone's wondering, that's how I knew that information that quickly. It tells me how badly I'm in debt. And it also tells me how much money I have in my accounts, which is good. Because I can forget that real easy. I feel like my mustache is a little off today. I'm hitting it with my whiskey. Still tasting it. Ugh. All right, we're already 22 minutes into the bourbon night time. I was supposed to go to bourbon. Oh, okay, good. As long as it's enjoyable and you can share it. I mean, that is what makes whiskey quality right there. Is you can give people an experience they never would have had, and it's a good one. Although, you know, there are other situations where you can give people an experience with whiskey, specifically peated Scotch like Lafroig and Ardbeg, and they will have a memorable experience. Some of them may enjoy it more than others. Some of them may find their new joy and passion in the bottle they will buy, and then other people will be like, "Why?" and they will get sick. I think specifically a friend of mine in a very niche situation. I am slowly working him into trying different kinds of whiskey. I actually need to send him more. Another thing I hope to do in the future, since we're talking about hopes and dreams and money and stuff, besides going like full-on bozo with traveling overseas, I have my passport. Unlike Brianna from Whiskey Tribe. Most of you don't know what that means. What was my point? Shit. Oh, visiting my friend Greg in Missouri. Of all the random places to go to. There's a distillery in that area. Yeah, I don't think he sent me any of it, but it's been talked about a couple times on Whiskey Vault. So I am curious. Again, that would be cost of flying, car, renting a place to stay. I could stay at his house. He does have a house there, but I'd rather not. He also has a 3-year-old. No. He's adorable, but no, I don't want to be around loud, unpredictable children. So I'd be staying at a hotel in luxury. You know, I'd have a bathtub. Okay. How's that luxury? Oh my god. Anyway, I'd pick a fucking La Quinta if I had to. I don't want to. La Quinta's kind of sketched me out, but whatever. I only stay at the Hilton. Not true. The first time I'm going to stay at a Hilton is this trip, and this upcoming Bastards Ball trip. And that's because it was fairly close to the event. It was fairly close to Crowded Barrel, fairly close to Wizard Academy, locale. So we're talking 20 minutes, I believe. Again, we're in Texas, so And 20 minutes to me is still not too bad of a drive. I will drive 20 minutes to go to a good breakfast spot. It's true, I will. Listen, chat thing, stop being so weird today. I also keep forgetting to clear. I apologize. Alright, we're going to switch to bourbon soon, I promise. I still feel a little bad trying to drink this quickly, but... it has been sitting on my pedestal over there for a hot minute, so... it's being drank at all tonight is good. And there are others. I will update you on what the rest are, if anyone's curious. I know you all are. You're just brimming with anticipation. We have a Bunnahabhain. It looks like we have a Bunnahabhain. Bunnahabhain. I don't know what that one is. Crap. Anyway, guys, what's the orange one? Then the purple one is what I'm drinking now. The red... oh, there are two that look the same. I have two red ones, but one has a different kind of writing on it. It's probably something else. And there is a Highland Park, which actually came in 5th, which surprised me. Highland Park 18 year. These are all 18 years. So it's a Highland Park 18 year. That one is 18 year. Bunnahabhain 18 year. These are all 18 years. But what is... hold on. Curiosity is consuming my brain right now. Hold on. Nope. I don't know what this one is. I have two red ones. I don't know how. Oh well. Sit in the right spot here. Oh, I forgot to turn the overhead lighting on. Oh no. There we go. I swear, chat's not moving tonight like it should. Right? Bourbon Bounty, thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's a wild time, man. I think that's one of the nice things about right now in my YouTube career. Ugh. YouTube channelversary stuff. That sounds better. 4 years, yay. But in the past 4 years, slowly getting more people who want to watch the streams, watch the videos, and people I am acquainted with and have actually met in person, for very few, who win. That's the best. Like, not only that they win, but also that I've met them and talked with them in person. And I never would have had any interaction with them if it weren't for what I do. And also sharing a whiskey is good. I like that. I can only drink so much, and I'm not going to drink it all. 14 pro Lafroig, 2 against. Hey, that's pretty good. Lafroig is a dicey one. But yeah, like Mr. Great Shot, Zenbood, Sugar Kitty are all, I had to think, my brain was not going anywhere. They are regular winners on this channel, which is good. And there are plenty of others who have won before, which I'm very happy about. I always feel so bad. And I shouldn't. I have no reason to, because it's a raffle. I have no control over who wins. Honestly, I don't. So it feels a little bad when people, like so many people, will get into these raffles, and then, you know, just one person's going to win. It's like, oh. Although I'm an advocate, so to speak, of the one shot, one kill, one entry only, nothing else. You probably won't win, but you might. And you might win if you do one, and you won't win if you do none. So it's that. Advocating for this is not a competition, this is a community. I'll support whiskey lovers. Yes, exactly. But like, I feel, how do I put this? There are plenty of other channels that are in a much better situation than I am. Because if you know me, if you've been here a while, if you like, the channel's been around long enough for some people to understand where I'm at. But I will reiterate for those who are new. I'm on SSDI with Social Security Disability Insurance because I have some mental issue stuff. Not like I am, you know, not that kind, but more like, oh, hello.
How?
This person's like, oh crap, he's not well. So yes. Mental health issues, numerous ones. They just cause me to not function and I seclude myself because of it. Try not to do that. This helps. So there's mental health stuff that's made it so I can't work at all. Like I just don't function enough to have a day job or a job at all. This is the job because I can handle it. This is just me. I'm doing what I want in my own environment. I can do this. But as far as actual work and working for someone else and like busting my ass and suffering, no, can't do that. So there's that. I'm on food stamps, or sorry, it's called something else. EBT. I have an EBT thing, which is very helpful, I might add. You have no idea. My parents are helping me out with money, so I get a little money from them every week. And other than that, it's Patreon and whatever happens during live stream raffles. That's my reality. So let's just say my whiskey recruiting isn't at a certain tier level. Like there are plenty of other channels that have thousands of bottles and like really expensive stuff, and they can get that new bottle that just showed up because they know who to talk to and they can find it, and if it's expensive they can afford it, you know, that kind of stuff. I can't. No. The fact that I got a Booker's that happened this year is one of those situations. It's like, oh yeah, I got one. Same with Elijah Craig, which has been a complete, like a problem. I have numerous Elijah Craig barrel proofs, which is good, but that has become a thing where I have so many. I need to get rid of them. I still have a C920. Okay, that needs to look like rain ASAP. Hold on. The thing didn't move again. Damn. Thank you for whoever subscribed. It's not showing you. There we go. Why? Bourbon Valley. Thank you. Finally. You said it. You said you did it. The hello showed up. Stitch said hi. I like Stitch, by the way. And then I had to wait for this activity feed I have to actually show that you had done so, because it didn't show it right away. Super annoying. Thank you. Tell your friends. Like and subscribe, all that. Oh wait, I forgot. I haven't done this at all for this stream. There. Done. Mission accomplished. Yes, Kathy, that's my perspective. And my only real I appreciate that. Crap, I lost my train of thought. That happens a lot too. Again, mental stuff. Oh, yes. My niche, we'll call it, other than being a whiskey channel on YouTube, that's still pretty niche. I got you, Bourbon Bounty. The meaning was understood, and that's the important part. Typos are the life nowadays. It happens. Hold on. Backpedaling. Niche. Yeah, being a whiskey channel on YouTube, niche. Having certain whiskeys from a specific place that most people aren't really aware of, also niche. So I will get bottles from Irene Tan's store, and once you try it, you're going to stick around. Sorry, that's how it works. And then Crowded Barrel Whiskey Tribe stuff, which is what slowly brought me into the whiskey. Well, Whiskey Vault, technically. And, of course, the fact that I'm a sommelier, officially. That's a thing. Still feel weird talking about that. But I am, officially. And Bastard's Ball and all that good stuff. There's a whole bunch of fun stuff that goes around what I'm doing on my channel. For me, personally. Like, I hope you have fun, but I know I am trying to make it an enjoyable experience within my comfort zone. Bastard's Ball is one of the big ones where it's like, yay! I'm going to have a great time. So many people. But it's outside. That helps. As long as there's sky and sun and fresh air, I'm okay. You put me in a room with a lot of people, not so good. I swear I'll wear a mask too. Like nowadays, no question. I'm around more than 10 people, I feel like I should wear a mask. I wore a mask at the event. Like Irene Tan's event last week, I put one on while everyone was milling about in a fairly confined environment. But all of us did. Like there were three. There was Irene, there was me, and there were Cliff, and we're all whiskey somms. None of us want to get sick. So we all had masks on. No one could even appreciate my mustache. I was a little sad about it. It's all right. I gave out some business cards. And unfortunately, I was also the guy who was corralling people and making their lives hell by telling them to hurry up. I'm okay with that. Because, and I wasn't mean about it, I was trying to be funny about it, as I do. But I can't have people like slowing everything down with a whiskey event. Irene herself said you got 20 seconds to grab your bottle. So I would count from 20 down to 1. It made it a what are those shows where people like have to go shopping in a grocery store or something and just grab everything as fast as possible? It was kind of that feeling. People had to get that little bit of anxiety and fear, and just helps you make your decision for you. Like, what do I want? That. Okay, let's go. It happened to me. My ticket got called. I think I said this last. No, I didn't. Because I've said this somewhere, but I don't remember where. Possibly the podcast. By the way, I have a Patreon. Plug. Done. Completed. We'll do this one more time just for the giggles. Here we go. Wait. Thank you. So that's why I got the H. Taylor. I didn't buy it myself. It was donated to the channel. Because I am known for actually liking Buffalo Trace. So Weller 107, E.H. Taylor. What else? Those are really the two I've encountered officially. Yeah, supermarket sweeps and nonsense like that, where it's very not panic induced, but you know, you're focused on one thing and you need to get it as fast as possible. That's what you want with a raffle giveaway like that. You don't want people to sit there and go, oh, I don't know what I want. You looked over at this table earlier. If it's not there, grab something else. Or just go. Like, if there's nothing, if you don't want anything, you can just pass it up. Or just do a $25 donation. That's the other thing. Yeah, I don't watch television, by the way, so I don't know what the heck it is. I pretty much watch streaming services and YouTube. That's it. Excuse me. All right, gotta finish this off because we have to have some bourbon before the night's over. It's bourbon night time frame here. I need bourbon. Here's a question. That was about 2 ounces. Who likes math? I don't. But considering the cost we saw earlier, if I can scroll up to it again, I don't know if I can. Or if I can find it, for that matter. Searching, scanning. Crap, I can't find it. Jimmy Jazz, if you're still around, or if anyone remembers, there's like 250. We'll say that. That's close enough. So let's say, you know, the Springbank 18 year was 250, and that's a guess. I know it was more. How much would 2 ounces of that be in a 750 milliliter? That doesn't help. Is that what it is? Don't pick up that bottle. People don't need to see that yet. I have bottles nearby. You can't see what they are. I'm getting old because it's hard to read stuff. 38.4 UK units. Ooh, good to know. Not what I'm looking for. 750 milliliters in a bottle, correct? 70 centiliters. What is that? Is that a thing? CL with a big E next to it? I don't understand. I did buy that from overseas, so that is technically officially Scotland bottling. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is I'm curious how much officially, price-wise, this 2 ounce pour was. Oh, that's good. 24 ounces is in 750 milliliters. Okay. So this was 2 ounces, and the bottle itself cost $250. Estimate. So how much would 2 ounces... It feels like a math problem on a test. If the bottle has 750 ounces in it, or milliliters, which isn't even ounces, so 24 ounces in a bottle, if you have a 2 ounce pour and the bottle costs $250, how much was the 2 ounces? I felt awful saying that out loud. If you have an estimate, please let me know. I don't like math. Math and me are not friends. I barely got through geometry. And I mean that. That's the highest I got was geometry, and I stopped there because it was awful. I still have a problem with trying to figure out percentages and decimal points. I'm not a smart man, but I know what love is. Finishing with, screw it. I'm going to have one sip of Buffalo Trace because we were talking about it. I almost did that at the start of the stream. Not an actual chug, but just for funs. Little tiny bit of Buffalo Trace to wet my whistle for bourbons. There we go. Just a touch. Because unfortunately, I'm one of those people who likes Buffalo Trace to drink, and the price is outrageous. I can still smell some of the Springbank. Oops. Hot damn, that's good. Bourbon makes me want to go yeehaw, doesn't it? It was wearing nice. I think I watered it down a little by accident because I did put water in my glass, but oh well. It's still 40, 46, 45. Springbank was 46. Good stuff. My final pour of the evening, because my tolerance for whiskey is lower, which is why I've only done 4 pours. The first one being very small, the second one being 2 ounces at a lower proof, so 46. The third one being a sip of Buffalo Trace at 45. And of course, to finish off the stream, because we have lost our minds, we're going to, of course, have another bottle that looks like rain, which is MGP, that was bottled in Texas, or stayed in Texas. Hold on, words. This bottle, sourced 2-year wheated bourbon from MGP in Indiana, mash bill of 51% corn, 45% wheat, and 4% malted barley. Barrel aged in Texas for a while. Sample the barrels and choose which few blend together to create different batch releases. This is batch 7? No, batch 3. Wow. It was older than I thought. And this is, of course, here's the kicker, 58.5%. It does look like rain. It's getting there. It's the thinness that throws you off. It looks like it's a lot, and then you're like, oh yeah, that's not too much. And of course, everyone wants to see Eleanor. Hello. No, I just talked to stir. Ah! Sorry, Eleanor. Let me do that. We'll finish off this evening with a pour of a bourbon from Texas, from Indiana. Perfect. All makes sense. I like MGP. That's another thing. There are many things we learned about myself, and unfortunately, a lot of them are I like bourbon. I like Scotch, and I like Irish. And I have a problem with that, because I can't get them all at once. But I try. Oh, Lord, I try. Ooh. I think the Springbank really did mess up this glass. It wasn't heavily peated, but it's still there. It's lingering slightly. There we go, that dense brown sugar I like. Ooh. Invigorating. I'm worried about the proof, of course. I haven't had any... Well, no, I had something very high proof in the morning. Never mind. We're recording videos. I didn't drink whiskey first thing in the morning for fun. I did it for work. Yeah. That only reminds me I have to edit tomorrow. Hello. Whoa, rabbit. What that said. Found some loose change, Andrew. Thank you. The rabbit has been summoned. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I have to check to see what that was. Thank you. 7 is a good number, so appreciate that. Whoa, there did it again. I'm sorry for anyone who's been waiting for me to say stuff, but chat has been coming at me in chunks for some reason. I don't understand why, but it's like I don't see anything happen. And then, weird. Thank you, Andrew Butler. So you like math. I don't. Okay. Oh, here we go. $2.50 call is $10 per ounce, so it's 2 ounces, $20. That's a low estimate, too. Good God. Do it. Bam. Right? I got more. Sorry. I have more whiskey at Crowded Barrel to pick up for when I'm there. I believe it's only three bottles. Only three bottles. It might be four. I don't remember because they have the option to ship stuff to you now. If you weren't aware, you can go to Crowded Barrel. Well, you can search for Crowded Barrel whiskey. They do have a website. You can order some of their products, but typically the stuff they have sells out really fast because it's released to patrons like myself first. It disappears. But they do have some vodka and gin that might be for sale still. If you're interested, the gin's really good. I'm not sure about the actual like straight up gin, but I know the barrel aged gin is delicious. I would have some of that right now. I might just make myself a cocktail after this. The night is young. We'll see. I'm kind of craving gin. I got the gin itch. I blame Irene Tan for that too. I don't know why it's there. Probably because my arm hurts. It sure does, but I'll be damned if I'm going to try to figure that out after 43 years of, 30 something odd years of dealing with the other way. Maybe someday, but not yet. I'm working on it. I got Celsius covered. I'm pretty good with that, but try to have me do it the other way around with anything else. I'm not good at math and numbers to begin with. I don't think I can do it. I don't think I can be like, I'll figure it out. No. Do it. There we go. We're winding down. We got 15 minutes left. Again, thank you all for being here. Also, this is something I'm supposed to do every 15 minutes. Appease the algorithm overlords. There's no rule about that. I just told myself I should either do it every 15 minutes or every 30 minutes. And I hardly do it at all. I want to get it automated. I still have to figure that out. Get the like and subscribe thing to just show up every 30 to 15 minutes or so. I don't have to think about it at all. That'd be great. Work in progress. Ah. Oh, wow. That's good. It's punchy, as expected. I'm also going to eve the ending. Wow. And the evening with some coffee. I make good coffee. I'm going to have a sip. Oh, yeah. I'm not a coffee snob, but I will say I have a pour-over coffee maker. Take that for what you will. I also get coffee. Here, you know what? I'll do a thing. If I can figure out how to do this, that is. Was it? It's supposed to. I just don't think about it. I forget I even set that up, which is good, but I feel like the visual also helps. There we go. I'm in the mood for love. What? No, that's not right. No, that's also not right. Stop. There we go. Now, although I praise anyone who donates to my channel, one thing I'm fairly vocal about? Nah, that's probably not right. Adamant? No. I like to I support. There we go. There's this. If you want to check it out. If you like coffee, like I do, which I do, this is not a promotion. This is just I do this, you could also do this. But that link will take you to a monthly coffee subscription thing, and all the money that is given for the coffee goes to charity. Goes to specifically to stop infant mortality in Sierra Leone, which is in Africa, I think. If memory serves, and after 3 whiskeys. So that's what I do. If you want, and it's good coffee. Again, I didn't plan to talk about this. I made this coffee before the stream and I never took a sip. And having it at 9 o'clock seems like a bad idea, but it's not the first poor decision I've made in my life. So If you like coffee, go there. If not, okay. I'd say monthly, but it can be less time too. There are options. I don't worry about it. I just get my coffee every month and make coffee at home because it's less expensive. I think the pound of coffee is $20 or 20 something, maybe 25, 20 something. And again, I have a problem with going to Starbucks. So this is my solution. I hope it'll help you out if you go to Starbucks too often too. Ugh. I can already feel chat's about to jump because I'm talking and nothing's happening. The apology gin, yes. That's a great shot. The apology gin is very good. Yeah, something's definitely going weird with chat tonight. I'm not even seeing the little hearts and celebratory things happening. So there's that. That's also a, that's these guys. The Vlog Brothers is their channel. If you ever wondered who those two were, most of you know. Hank and John. John, Hank. And they do a lot of they do a lot of awesome stuff. Their slogan is DFTBA, which is literally don't forget to be awesome, which is what I say at the end of my videos, because that's what they do. And I like the idea of saying don't forget to be awesome. I like that they shorten it to DFTBA, but if you don't know what that means, thus I say the whole thing. And then of course live long and prosper. Most of you know what that is. If not, you can look it up. It's not hard. Is it the end of the... See, here's the thing. I've had a fair amount of whiskey and we're at the end of the stream. I'm like, what? I didn't have the coffee before the stream, so the weariness is setting in quick. But after the stream, I'm just going to veg out, I think. I hope I will. Because it's been a rough weekend. Usually I don't go out on the weekends, but I had to get my mother from the hospital yesterday, which was mildly stressful. Not too bad. It was a really nice day. The weather's been really nice, and this is one of my favorite times of year, autumn. The slow change into freezing temperatures. Until that happens, though, I will enjoy the New England autumn weather because it's so nice. Once we get to around 65 degrees every day, oh man, Fahrenheit that is. There you go, French press. I've heard good things about French press, but I don't want to figure that out. Pour over is enough, and that's a lot of focus for me to do immediately in the morning, but it's become very routine. There's still little things about it I'm not certain of, but coffee still turns out pretty good, so I'm good. I'm all right. As long as I got caffeine in my system, everyone else around me will survive. Oh yeah. I'll probably put this on one of the raffles. We got another raffle coming up. We're doing the, what is it called? When the end of the stream happens, I'm supposed to say a bunch of stuff about things that are happening. I'm really good at this. So we have at least 2 more raffle giveaways. I'm trying to do them on Fridays, especially right now. And I may do them another, well no, I should have done one tonight, but I didn't have anything set up, so I didn't. Boo. But there will be, and it was too sudden. Like, It's Bourbon Night announced they're not going live a couple hours before the stream was even going to start. So I did not have enough time to prepare, and also not enough people knew. This is why I'm telling you now. On the 22nd, I will do a raffle giveaway, and on the 29th, I will also do another raffle giveaway. Those are 2-hour streams, raffle giveaways. Please show up. Because those are going to help me buy more whiskey in Texas. And also I might do a few something. I don't know what. I don't know what I can do for Sundays. If any of you have ideas that you'd be willing to support the channel for a giveaway, I might even do just an hour giveaway. That always feels too short, especially with the time frame. But I know most of you who watch regularly or really who want to get involved. Major Zero, hello. X Arrow. Don't drink coffee for me. I drink for other people. There you go. Me too. My friend doesn't drink coffee at all. I still can't believe that. But I also have a lot of stuff that requires me to self-medicate. So caffeine is one of those. Alcohol's enough. It probably is. Again, I just got sucked into pour over, and now I'm accustomed to it, so changing it would feel weird. DSIFCB. Despicable, selfish, inconsiderate, freaking. It's not quite so awesome. Well, here's the thing. I say don't forget to be awesome as a reminder to myself, too. And it's not that you should be awesome to everyone. It's that you should attempt to be awesome to people. Because it's the general, you don't know what anyone else is going through. They don't know what I'm going through when I want to murder them. So mostly for me, it's a calming mechanism for my own issues. I have a mood disorder, so there are people who get annoyed by other people, and I get really annoyed by other people to a level where it's really a problem for me. So I have to tell myself that little mantra every once in a while: don't forget to be awesome. You don't know what they're going through. Whatever you're feeling right now that's making you angry or upset or anxious, it's temporary. It's not worth getting into. It's not worth feeling that way. So, fizzle it out. Go somewhere else. Get away from the situation. Whatever you have to do to wipe it clean, and you'll feel better afterwards. I usually do. So, that happened last week. I'll give an example because they'll never see this, but let's just say someone in my exercise class has a habit of blowing up the room. You know what I mean? I fucking can't stand it. It pisses me off so much because I know exactly who it is, and I have a nose thing. What I was told by other Psalms, of course, or told by Daniel Whittington, who's a teacher at Wizard Academy / Psalm. Hello. Oh, Major, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that. Yes. 4-Leaf is awesome. She sends me all the fans because I too like Irish whiskey, and I'm very much Irish myself in heritage, clearly not in having lived there. Lost my thought. Hold on. Yeah. Anyway, this person pisses me off, and this person can piss me off, and I can't let myself hold on to that. I'm still holding on to it clearly because I'm talking about it, but. What I didn't do was mention anything to anyone else in the room. Like, they know too. But my especially with having a nose that does this kind of stuff, you start to unconsciously smell things and think about it. It's really annoying sometimes. But like you'll get notes from the randomest stuff. You'll be like, oh, that smells like this and this. I'm like, why did I do that? Why did I just do that? It's hilarious. Anyway. Yeah, I don't want to smell other people's stank, so. And it's very noticeable for me. I don't know if it's as noticeable for other people, but. Don't do that. So, like I said, I don't let it get to me. And I try to be awesome about it by just letting it pass by. It's very Zen meditation-y stuff, almost, but. Yeah, are they worth a life sentence? That's right. No one is. But for the most part, it's just I think most people around our age, my age, however old you are, I will bring you into this information that it's not worth worrying about. Like, I will worry about it anyway. That's just how I'm wired. But I just have to go through the process of, like, filtering it out always to bringing it around. One thing, this is a silly one, and it works wonders, other than don't forget to be awesome. That one does work, but sometimes it's not enough. Sometimes you're still irritated, and then you do this. This is old school. This is Mr. T, if you know who that is. I pity the fool. You say, you pity the fool. Like, if someone's being a certain way to you, and it's aggravating you, and it's causing you that kind of grinding your teeth and getting angry feeling, switch it to I pity the fool. Let yourself relax with that thought. And you have a whole different way of looking at that person. You're like, oh, okay. It works wonders for me. I don't know if it works for other people. And Mr. T, of course, is awesome. So there's also that. Old school. I remember eating Mr. T cereal, all right? Leave me alone. Bears grudges. Sometimes I finished with my sentence from 15 years ago. That is a little disturbing. Run. All right, we're coming up to the last minute of the stream. I hope that little meditation exercise helped you. It helped me. If I got that out of my system for now. They still are going to go to the same classes I go to. And I actively try to be as far away from them as possible, but last week, no, they were right there. Excuse me. But with that, end of the stream. Thank you for being here. I'll be here next Friday, or this Friday, and then next Sunday. This Friday, raffle, be there, whiskey, stuff, Texas talk, channelversary, video coming out on Wednesday. I think that's all of it. As always, live long and prosper. Don't forget to be awesome. And I will see you out there. Thank you for joining me on KillCo Whiskey Musings. You can find my social media and Patreon in the links below. Be sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.